to the hangover people, because some things just need a little bit more explanation. All right. Uh,
Yeah.
but
We've all had a hangover or seen someone have a hangover, and then 3 days later, like, oh my God, what the F did I do? Or what did I say? Or who said that? So
right.
that's that. So our hangover basically is the delay reaction to everything from pop culture, dating, just scandals in the world, our life, our personal lives, anything you can think of, we're going to talk about because we all know what a hangover feels like. You feel like shit.
It doesn't feel that great. It
Yes.
doesn't feel that great. But you know what? There's also those moments that you have with your friends, whoever are around you, when you hangover, you're like, what the hell happened? Like, or
Yes.
those laughs or those like really crazy moments. So that is what this show is going to encompass. It's going to have a whole bunch of laughs for you. You're definitely going to get to know Chauncey and myself a lot better. And in case you don't know, we are the
Yes.
co-founders of the female empowerment platform called So She Slays. We have our audience and our podcast over in that area as well. So this is just an added addition to the lovely community and to whoever else who just wants to laugh and like relate over the most ridiculous things on earth. Uh,
Yes, and we're here to help you laugh. So I'm super excited for the Hangover. This is something like Heather and I love podcasts. This is what we do. We love listening to like either really informative podcasts like TED Talks, or we listen to Shits and Giggles or Los Angeles or anything with Vanderpump Rules, which we'll discuss that in a little bit. But yeah, we love podcasts. So we're between the both of us. I love murder ones. I'm the friend who loves true crime. Heather's all about like TED Talks and Oprah,
I
and
am
we
the
all
wellness person, and like I'm like
yes.
up on the politics and stuff. Like
Yes, and I'm the one who thinks about the murders of people. So, and together we love the most craziest podcast you can imagine. So we're super excited to bring both our like sides of like life of podcasts together to make this amazing
you're
podcast.
getting the best of both worlds, you know. I mean,
Yes.
I feel like
And
that's
the
just
words of
dynamic. I can't even. I'm like,
yes.
it's like
Yeah, but we're good. We're good. So I'm super excited. Okay, so I'm ready. Let's start. Let's
okay.
start. I'm
So
ready.
the first portion of the Hangover is always going to involve, us deep diving into the internet or
Oh
asking
God.
questions or finding themes of, the most ridiculous things that you can find on the internet. Which, I mean, it's a pot of gold. It's a black hole, depending on your preface.
Yes, it depends how you see it.
So the first thing that we want to do is we're diving into conversations and shit found in the dating apps, which is,
Oh gosh.
yeah, girl. I mean,
A
pot of
black hole
gold.
within
You look at you,
itself.
you're like, it's
It's
a
a
black hole. Like, ooh, it's a pot of gold, girl.
It's a you said it depends on your day. It depends on the hour, to be honest with you. Okay, like okay, let's talk. Let's talk.
Okay,
Let's get
so
started.
these are some of the ones that I found. I mean, I found a lot, but these are the ones that I found that I was like, oh
Okay,
no.
okay. And honestly, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. I'm
Okay,
ready.
so I found this
Show me
one.
what you got.
It starts mid conversation, right? It says, you doing summer
Okay.
classes? Guy, yep. Girl, nice. What classes are you taking? Guy,
Okay.
English, history, and health. By the way, do you finger yourself? Girl, huh? These are some wild ass conversations. Like, do
I'm
you
gonna tell you right
really
now.
do that?
I don't even you know what, the things I saw on dating apps, I'm not even that's a whole different podcast, but I saw some nasty stuff. Like people say the most nasty stuff. This one guy told me he had a fleshlight to the point that I had to tell my mom about this. I was like, Mom, this man told me he had a fleshlight. She said, What is that? I said, I ain't gonna tell you. Don't even
No,
Google
no, no,
it.
no, no.
I just said, don't Google it. I'm turning out it's nasty. And she said, Oh my God, he told you that? I said, Yes, mommy. Yes. And I said, This is disgusting. So the dating world, I tell people if you're asking questions like that, get off the internet. You're not safe for the internet. You're a nasty person. Do you finger yourself? No, sir. No. Where is the customer service? Where is the hello? How are you? How is your day?
Finesse.
Like finesse me. At least get me in the mood to talk about my personal life. Like, oh, how's classes? Ooh, do you do this? No, sir. Where is the customer service? Done. I'm done. I'm so done. Okay, I'm done. I'm
All
done.
right, my last one.
No.
My last one. Have you ever ran into an ex or somebody that you dated on a dating app before?
No, actually, surprise, surprise. I'm actually shocked. I never
Did you ever
have.
like rematch with somebody after like you went out on a first date and like nothing happened, but then like you deleted
No.
apps, got back on and like rematched?
I've had the same people like me from different apps before. Like it would be like did the dating app for years ago, and I came back on because, like, why not? And then you see the same people match you again, but you never went out with them. They're just people that you have, like, who match you, and they like conversate with you through the app. But it's like a pen pal. I reconnect my pen pals. Like, hey boo, how you been? Like, we back together. We back on this together. What happened to us? Like, it's like it's a pen pal. I had a few people that, like, from previous years about this. I think I know who that. I think I know who that is. And you're just like, that makes sense. That's so and so, using the same pictures. And I said, oh sir, you don't look like that. That was like 5 years ago. Like, at least update a picture. But yeah, I have reconnected to some pen pals before. Some pen pals. I've never dated someone and saw them back on the app. It was just like, we never met, but we're like pen pals. And like, oh, you're back on. Me too. And some of them act like they don't remember you. I'm like this. You know me, because for a fact I know who you are. Okay. And I'm like, interesting. But yeah, I have reconnected to my pen pals before.
Okay, well, this girl. Oh man, it'll be like, you took her with your pen pals.
Yeah, they were doing great the last time I saw them online last year. I'm not trying to reconnect again on the dating line, but I'm happy for them. I hope they're doing well. Man.
Okay,
I hope to see out in the real world one day.
This one.
Oh God, what is it?
Oh, this one rematched with an ex-boyfriend, and it was funny because he goes, "I only swipe to make fun of you for not posting your height," and she goes, "Yeah, oh yeah, well, put your mental health issues on your profile then, and let them know they get a 4-for-1 deal."
But she right though. Like, if you're gonna rematch me, it's on and popping. Like, I'm gonna do it. Like, we're gonna go for the gutter. Like, if you try to come for me first, I'm gonna get back to you. Like, I get, girl, fuck a pen pal, fuck a Ramones, okay, fuck a pen pal.
I'm done.
I am so done. I am so done with that. But yeah, okay, a pen pal, please.
When I was digging up stuff for this, like.
Yes, I saw the old trails.
Dove, and like all of a sudden I was finding people who were like, hey, these screenshots of their like Tinder account with this dude, and this dude is like, oh yeah, I'm the next big serial killer, blah blah blah. So I was like, wait, what?
No. We ain't playing. We're not playing Jeffrey Dahmer. We're not playing Jeffrey Dahmer in here. No, you're the next serial killer. No, I'm not trying to die with y'all. Like, what I look like? Stop it. Goodbye.
No. And then there was like other people who were just like, my first red flag was when he asked me to split a $16 tag.
$16? Then we shouldn't have went out. It's okay. Like, it's okay not to have money. I get it. There's days I'm super broke and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be out eating like I used to today. I'm like, I'm gonna eat at home. But if we're doing $16, $8 each, you should have ate before you came. You shouldn't have that drink. You shouldn't have that drink. Like, you shouldn't have bought that.
That's a coffee. Okay. That's like 2 coffees, $16.
Then you need to drink a coffee at home. You need to drink coffee.
I'm like, that's when you go for a, ice cream. That's when you go. That's when you like go for, you know what? Honestly, if you cannot afford $8, you should not be going out. That's the thing.
If you have to contemplate getting a payday loan for the day to pay for coffee, you shouldn't go on a date.
Okay, so the next portion of our podcast is called The Afterthought. Now, The Afterthought is where Chauncey and I discuss a lot of pop culture things, but also like things we're watching. I know this is like Chauncey's realm of like enjoyment.
I'm a wealth of pop culture. Like, I'm a wealth of like old stuff from like the 60s gossip to like today. I blame my auntie who loves old movies, and so we talk every weekend. We talk about like old Hollywood like gossip, and I'm like, oh yes, girl. So yeah, so I'm so excited for this. Okay, let's go. I'm so excited. I love this.
Okay, all right. So I really want to talk about the reunion of Vanderpump Rules.
Okay, so when people said the reunion, it's Vanderpump Reunion, guys. It's not just the reunion. We're talking about Vanderpump Rules. If you haven't listened, if you have not been outside or turned on TV, which is very weird because you will hear Vanderpump Rules everywhere. I will start this. I'll preface this. I Chauncey used to dive into Vanderpump Rules. I love Bravo. I love reality shows. Yeah. Love that. I was a Vanderpump Rules, watcher, and then I just fell off a few years ago. I was like, not giving. Like, it's like something I have in the background. I wasn't like intrigued by it. Now, if you haven't heard about the Scandal, we'll recap you real quick. I was talking to Heather and I was like, Heather doesn't watch reality
I
TV.
am
Like
not
she's
a
not into like,
reality TV person at all. Like the fact that
no,
I
and it's
even
adorable.
watched this should like be advocating for some
Yes,
entertainment
for you
enough.
to,
Like,
yes, I'm telling you, Heather does not do that. Like I'm all about it. I was like, Heather, let me tell you the breakdown. Because when I first heard about the cheating scandal, I was like, oh, it must be like, like a something for like the new season, like, whatever, just like clickbait, right? And then I realized who the cast and characters were. And I was like, oh, what? Wait, that person, oh my God. I had to tap back in to the Vanderpump Rules. And I said, Heather, I know you don't watch reality TV, but here's my login account. Please deep dive. Here's the list you need to watch. Heather, please tell us your thoughts on Vanderpump Rules, how you're a part of the Vanderpump Rules. She listens to podcasts now. Heather's in deep with us.
Okay,
It's
I
a
know
messy
I'm only
situation.
in deep because I'm gonna preface this with the fact that like I don't fuck with drama. I don't do drama. Okay, it's not something
No,
that
she's a
like
good person.
I don't really like like the drama-ness in my life. Okay, it just drains
No.
me. So, and then like reality TV, just being somebody who's like in film and production, all that kind of stuff, I'm just like, ugh. Like I just don't.
Yeah,
like I just don't. I don't
you're a
really
good
fuck with
person.
it. I just don't fuck with it. I mean,
You're
I
a good
think my
person, that's
version of
why.
reality TV is like Shark Tank. Okay, that's like
Yeah, like that's like she likes the real, like the real reality. But I like the gutter. Like I remember Real World New Orleans, like back in the day. Like I love that kind of. Like I love New York. I'm a gutter
you like
person
a
for
Big
reality
Brother
TV.
type of freaking like. You
Yes,
want the messy,
I
the
like.
messiness.
I want the messiness.
You and
So
Tony,
I
you and
told
my dad, it's the same. It's like the 90-day fiance shit.
yeah. Oh God, me and Quincy love that. I can
So does
honestly
my
like
dad.
because it's so messy. It's so messy. But anyways, before we go that tangent,
Anyways.
Vanderpump Rules.
Okay, so Vanderpump Rules. Basically, I got into it. She told me, she was like, "Look, as your friend, as your best friend, I just
I was
need
like,
you to
as your
tap
friend, I was
in.
like, what? I was like,
I
what the
just
fuck?
like do me the favor." And I was like, okay." So I did. Right. I started watching it, and she gave me the list, courtesy of Bravo, who
Yes.
posted these episodes to
Yes.
go watch to get caught up on the happenings. Right.
Yes.
And so basically I was thrown this entire season. I was not expecting the things that came forth. I don't even think they were either. No.
Beautiful.
The debauchery, the scandal,
The debauchery,
the betrayal.
like the betrayal. Like, okay, for people who haven't heard this, I'm sorry if you haven't heard about this whole scandal. This is it's out my ram because either your girlfriend talked about it, your friends talked about it, your boyfriend knows it because his coworkers were talking about it. I was in the hallway in my apartment building a few weeks ago and I was like talking to my friend. I was like, oh yeah, Sheena Shea, blah blah. And this girl who lives down the hall, I've never talked to one like she's like, oh my God, did you hear about the whole like she like betrayed Sheena and Raquel? I was like this. See, we're connecting over Vanderpump Rules. I've never saw this woman a day in my life, but she heard me say Sheena Shea. Like she turned her head like, oh my God. And then her boyfriend like this. Yes. Did you listen to last week's podcast of Lala? And I was like this. See, it's bringing people together holistically.
Yes.
So Ariana, Queen Ariana, Team Ariana over here, she was dating Tom Sandoval for almost like 10 years. Life partners, bought a house, all that stuff. He decided to cheat with one of her best friends named Raquel. Okay, that's her name, Raquel. That's her government name, but she goes by Raquel. So whatever. Either way, the betrayer. She was hooking up with Ariana's boyfriend behind her back for 7 months. Okay, smiling in this girl's face for 7 months, acting like they're best friends while she's sleeping with her boyfriend in their house.
Even like giving words of encouragement to
like, it's gonna work out.
For like, hey, it's gonna be okay. Like, do you love your boyfriend? Blah blah blah. The level of betrayal is insane. Anyways, the last episode aired last night. The last episode so the finale of the season.
The 3-part finale is, I've watched many finales on Bravo. I'm a Bravo reality.
You a Bravo hoe. It's point. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a hoe for it. Okay. Usually the first part of the reading, the first part is always like very like people catching up on like what's going on with each other, like the fun light stuff, like the fun stuff. The second part of the reading is always like still fun, but we get in like a little gutter messiness. And the third one is when it usually pops off. Or everyone who has hate against each other pops off. This one from the jump, we're in the streets, we're in the gutter. We're seeing Queen Lala give them Lala, my queen, send it to Daryl. She on site. Her and James Kennedy, dynamic duo, need them on a reality show by themselves, ready to cut Tom Sandoval a new one. It was beautiful. From the jump, it started off messy. And every episode, it got worse. Okay. They grilled Tom. It was beautiful. He tried to do fake tears. James said, not today. A worm with a mustache with a worm. I don't know. It was a mess. Rachel's laughing, look in the background because she's 100 yards away from Sheena. Rachel's looking like a psychopath. She has no expression whatsoever. I was like, can you shed a tear? Like, say something.
Oh my God. Okay.
Act
well, even
remorseful.
like, okay, so here's the thing is they have gone through this, right? Like people have been talking about this by the time, I mean, like, look, the reunion happened, what was it, like 3 weeks after news broke, right?
Yeah, legit 3 weeks after. Like after it all came out, Andy said, get the cameras up. We should do this reunion today. Shout out to Andy. Andy was a journalist. I'm gonna give him credit. He really gave us the tough questions. Now, I think moving forward, I think Don Lennon from CNN, he would have been perfect for a reunion host because he's messy. Okay. And I love that about him. But Andy did God's work. Okay. Andy was perfect. But this was 3 weeks post the whole thing. Ariana, queen. She's wearing her red outfit, looking gorgeous. And she is saying words, but I'm like, read them, they're right. Now, Ariana, everyone's like, I read this thing yesterday, like, she was being too cruel to Rachel or Raquel. I'm sorry, she's better than me because I would have took off my shoes and started running after this woman. I would have beat, like, I don't condone violence. I don't, but I'm turning out. I would have really wore some jeans to this reunion and tennis shoes. I will have my hair in a bun. Okay. Like, I'm sorry. I don't condone violence. I don't think you should hit anyone or whatever, but you should be like ready to just look like I'm going to scare you because 3 weeks post out and you're in my house sleeping my husband basically smiling in my face. It's on site. It's on site. When I see you, it's on site. I'm not saying to hit you. I'm gonna cuss you out. Ariana, she read her rights. She did amazing, beautifully done, but she could have went a little harder. Come turn out in my house. This is my house.
I don't know. I feel like
3 weeks out, Heather. Can you imagine?
One, I would not have held back. I would have definitely beat the shit out of her. I would beat the shit out of both of them, honestly.
Oh, on site. Oh, on site. Okay, first of all, everyone's like, you should, Rochelle's a victim too. Raquel's a victim too. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, yeah, she's a victim, all that stuff, right? But how do I tell you this? A man, I hate to say it, men cheat. People cheat in general. Not just men. Women cheat. I would beat the shit out of
Tom, honestly. Like, I mean, Raquel is Raquel, but honestly, like, even with cheating, like, even with dudes that have cheated on me, like, I don't really go after the girl. I'm like, fuck the girl.
Yeah, so that's different. Yeah, yeah. So that part, like, if it's a guy who cheated on me, and I don't know the girl, the man in me, that's on site. Like, he's on site. Like, I'm gonna ruin his life. But if you're my best friend,
I'm gonna ruin his life.
If you're my best friend. Like on site, but if you're my best friend, you knew how long it took me to be this good with this man.
Right.
You knew all the struggles I went through this man. You on site because that man right here, he's trash. But you're my best friend, smiling in my face, and you know how the struggles I've had with this man over the years. You've been there for thick and thin, and you betray my trust. You're not just a regular girl to me. Another girl, if I'm dating someone, he cheats on me with another female, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna be upset no matter what. But if my best friend hooks up with my man,
I would gut. I would gut.
I don't know how to tell you this. I'm a very, very how do I say this? I'm very calm. I think I play the long game.
You do. You're really good at that. You're really, really good at that. I am not.
I calculate everything. Yeah, Heather's like the reactor. Something happens, react. Mm-hmm. I'm the one just sitting in the shadows, like Darkwing Duck. Okay, just waiting until I have to say something. I know myself. I can honestly tell you this right now. Tom would get the Darkwing Duck of me in the shadows. He would get the shadows of me, like waiting to attack later on, like really ruin him low. But Raquel, I can't tell you what I would do. I don't know because I would turn up. I would look at her like this on site. I'm wearing jeans. See me, look. Everywhere you go, we see each other. You can't go anywhere without me, boo boo. Like, I'm gonna see you, you'll see me. I'll be at the mental institution with her, sitting there like this. Let's talk about it.
Well, she did say she was getting evaluated.
And I would be there with her too. I would sign up for the same one.
She just sit there. Well, because here's the thing: is like Ariana was just like, you should be freaking mentally evaluated. She's like, I am getting mentally evaluated.
And the thing is, like, and Lala's right. Yeah, Lala had her thing with whoever her ex was, and honestly, that's none of our business. I thought that's not the subject at hand.
It's not the same. They tried very, very hard to link like things together. That I was like, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Like Lala said, she was my best friend, Ho. I'm sorry. Lala and James, like I said before, they need their own show. If you watch the Bravo version, like on TV, it's censored, it's boring.
You gotta watch
Peacock.
you gotta go watch the uncensored version on Peacock because you get the whole thing.
I'm literally about to buy me a sweatshirt called "Set It to Daryl" for Lala. I gotta support my girl. Like, she made me get these type of nails because I was like, this is what we're rocking this summer, the long nails, because Lala would show me life. Okay. But no, honestly, the reunion was great. The reveal, are we supposed to be shocked that they've been hooking up for 7 months straight?
I was they pumped up that reveal and I was kind of like, this wasn't really a reveal. Like, I know this.
Like what else are you hiding? Like, she's like, oh well, we were sleeping at when Ariana's at the funeral. You're disgusting.
Yeah.
You're disgusting.
Definitely. When I was just like, that is not okay.
Honestly,
like I mean, like, you're looking up with your best friend's like husband, for all intents and purposes. You're hooking up with him while she is away at a family funeral of a close relative that passed. So she's out of town at that, and like, you're fucking her boyfriend in her house.
Like, honestly, I wish Rachel well. I hope she gets the help that she needs to figure out why she made those decisions to do that. Because at the end of the day, you need to get help for that. Because you shouldn't betray people. I don't care if you're not a people pleaser anymore. Like, you don't be a people pleaser. There's ways not being a people pleaser. Just tell people no. Like, I don't want to do this. But honestly, I wish her. Yeah. Oh, Tom. First of all, Tom. I ain't talking about that man. That man he's inconsistent in my life. Like, that man is trash. But Rachel, I hope she gets help. I hope Tom gets his midlife crisis and just get a convertible like every old man does at 40. He just needs
to pay his mom back.
Midlife crisis. Yeah, that part. Pay your mom, because Schwartz is upset. Okay, he's like, the money is gone. Okay, like, I just feel bad. Like, pay your mom. At the end of the day, like, why are you on tour? Like, you're not making money. Like, you're not making, like, go work your restaurant. But yeah, Rachel, I hope she gets help. Team Ariana all the way, making that paper, doing those commercials now, because
she on a Lifetime movie and shit.
Yes, you better go get that paper, girl. I love her to death. Like, but honestly, Lala, give her all the awards. Sheena Shea, when she broke my heart talking about her daughter seeing her hyperventilate, I said, now see.
I was Sheena. I was like, in the third episode when Sheena was in the trailer,
White Claw,
just like the White Claw dress, sweatshirts, just like yelling at the TV, and I was like,
good as gold herself. Good as gold herself. But yeah, honestly, the reading was great. I feel like they gotta start doing these cameras like tonight, so we can get something in by August. Like, we need this Big Brother style. Do you think that
people are gonna come back? Do you think, like, I think Raquel's out.
She said she wants to do it, but it depends on her family. And I was like, this
depends on her family. See,
there's something that's a little different. But honestly, I feel like I would love to see, but I do think the reveal that they've been having this affair for so long could affect, like the reveal, whatever. Like, they already knew, but I really felt like I was listening to like another podcast and Schwartz was on there and he's like, I'm not talking to him right now like this. That's a dynamic I didn't see ending right now. So I'll send the link to that. That was a good one. But yeah, I feel like they have to do it. They have to come back. We have to see the dynamics. Like, we have to go eat at something about her sandwich spot. We have to support our girl. But yeah, like, it was a good reunion. But now what do I do with myself? Secession's over.
No.
Vanderpump Rules over.
Doing. We're watching The Idol.
Okay, discuss. You go first. I can't go. Just go.
What the fuck am I watching? What the fuck is this
that part.
Story? And honestly, I really just thought I was watching a porno.
Exactly. Okay, let's like talk about this. The Idol's on HBO. I'm sorry, the Max, whatever the hell you want to call it right now. It's with Lily Rose Depp.
Whatever, it's
adorable.
Going by right now.
Okay, whatever. Abel, which is The Weeknd, and all these amazing actresses and actors. They're from their different craft. Like, there's so many actors and actresses that I recognize over the years. I'm like, oh, that's the guy from The Simpsons. That's so and so. Or like, this is so great cast. The cinematography is beautiful. Okay, I love a cinematography.
The cinematography, I'm gonna give it to you. Like, it's really, really pretty.
Like, the music, I love the music. I was like, oh, we about to get a little backup singer. Like, I love this. Okay, like, it's great. So basically about Lily Rose Depp. She's a great actress. Like, she's great. Like, she's amazing. Great. She's a pop star. I think really don't know her background, but allegedly, like, she grew up in the entertainment world because someone mentions like, oh, remember when I was a kid, I used to watch you or something. She is a singer. She's having to come back. She's been through some things. She lost her mom, and she just, had a mental health situation. So she's like, everyone's like a little extra concerned for her. And she's trying to make, a comeback. And they talk about something in the beginning about how there's an incident, there's a picture going around that's trending, and they don't want her to find it. But we don't talk about that anymore after a couple of minutes of everyone being so stressed about this picture. And then she ends up going out with her girls, her friends, all her little crew. They meet the Weeknd's character, and he is a club owner. And he basically is like a cult leader on the low, and like these things do happen in Hollywood. Like there's people who are very culty, and like,
that's definitely,
that's normal.
I feel like, yeah, everybody has that.
But how do I say this? They try to go for the shock value when we're always shocked enough in life. Like the guy who co-created it is The Weeknd and Sam Levinson, who does Euphoria. If you haven't watched Euphoria, watch it. It's a great show. It's intense, but it's a good show to watch. It's good because the acting's great. Everyone, the actor is great. Now, in The Idol, there's a lot of shock value. That's supposed to be shocking. It's not shocking. I don't really care that she's like, masturbating. I don't care. But why that have to come in that scene? There was no build up to why she was doing that. Like, I don't understand. And also, they should have really focused on her story a little bit more, and then The Weeknd's character could have came towards the end to make more of an impact. Like, who is this guy? Kind of mysterious.
A rat tail.
He looks like Teddy Ruxpin. Okay, he looks like the Build-A-Bear. Remember Build-A-Bear? Yes. When we were kids, you Build-A-Bear, you put a little vampire, a little Dracula on him. That's what he looks like, with a rat tail and at least his lace front on there, it was giving baby hairs. So I was proud of that. As a Black woman, I was like, okay, I see the lace was doing well. Okay, but I'm be honest with you, I'm sorry, The Weeknd, like, he doesn't. It's the vibe of it is very creepy to me. But if they're gonna have like a cold, no. And I love The Weeknd's music. I love his music. The music for the show is fire. Like, I love his songs. I've seen him in concert. He's great. But honestly, he could have played. He's a co-producer. That's a co-creator. So he could have played like.
He's a co-creator.
Yeah, him. Yeah, that part makes you nervous, right? Because like he wrote half the stuff. See, yeah, see that highlight. Like, everyone look at that face. Look at that. So if you look at it. So he's playing the co-creator. So he basically helped write this, right? And when you watch, you're like, what the?
I did not know that.
Yes.
And now it's making me rethink everything. I just feel like, okay, The Weeknd, Abel, whatever the fuck he wants to be called, is like a pretty good actor. Good job, whatever.
Look it up.
He wrote some of this. Yeah, he was like a part of the creation.
Yes. Go Wikipedia that, girl. Look at the production team. So like, I think if he wasn't a part of it, like, there's a lot of hip hop artists, music artists who produce shows. Like, for instance, Drake, he executive produces Euphoria, which makes sense because if everyone knows Degrassi walks so Euphoria can run. That makes sense to me. I was a Degrassi fan. Everything's just like heightened version. Now, Abel, The Weeknd, could have been an extra as a character in the show, as an extra version of himself, playing himself, but like extra, like what Larry Davis on Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is one of my favorite shows. Or he could have been like another character who was part of like the cult scene with this guy, the main guy, whatever. But the main character should have been, if they're going to do like a musician to play the main character, it could have been Kid Cudi. If you ever watch How to Make It in America, it used to be on HBO, one of the best shows. They cut it off too soon with Brian Greenberg, who is still a snack to this day. Okay, he's still a snack. He could have played the main character because he's like charismatic, so you believe like it's not a cult. Like, because a cult leader has to be kind of charismatic a little bit and kind of make you feel comfortable.
True.
As someone who loves cults, I have studied this, but it could have been Kid Cudi, even Lakeith Stanfield from Atlanta, the show Atlanta with Childish Gambino. Would have been perfect because that's a thespian. Okay, like The Weeknd he gives me more creeper vibes than like
definitely
Cold
got
Face.
Creepy.
I got creepy, and I know
vibes.
And we all know like it's gonna be creepy, but it's like you're putting it on too thick.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's like coming on real thick. Like, this is super comfortable. And I'm like, I don't know if this is just you really good acting, or are you pulling from some reality here?
I don't know. When you like,
no, don't get me wrong, he dated Selena Gomez though. And I feel like
he did a date. He dated Bella Hadid. Like,
wouldn't, and the same thing with, like, I feel like they wouldn't do Slimy, would they?
no, I don't know. I just know for a fact that show. Yes, I'll be tuning in next week because I'm a terrible person. I'll be tap decked in next Sunday. It's like The Idol for me. The music's fire. The storyline, if they give more background on the characters,
what fucking story is there? There is no
the
fucking story.
It just looks like her life is gonna be. It seems like she's. I don't know if
she just seems like a train wreck, like a regular old pop star. Too much, too fast. Lost her mom. Has been told yes, never told no.
Okay, I don't know if you remember this. I don't remember you do, but remember when Britney Spears, when she had her issues back in the 2000s.
Oh, you mean Shade Type Britney? Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, it was like, and then she was hanging with that guy Sam Lovett. It was like he was like taking over her like finances and stuff. That's when her parents had to step in. That what it kind of reminds me of. Like someone just comes in out the shadows and like try to take over. And then, Britney's her parents had to come in, and that whole issue, which is so disgusting what happened to her. But that situation kind of like someone just comes over and takes over your life, because in the show, she's like, I want you to hear your opinion on my song because I want to make sure, like, I know you'll tell me the truth if it's bad or not. You don't know this man to know that. So they should have built up on that first.
Okay, the ending shot though, like, spoiler alert. Okay, here's the thing. Like, don't listen if you haven't watched.
You should.
But my thing is like, what the fuck was the ending? Like the what was it? This nightgown dress thing over her head. He tied it with like her robe string around her neck, and she's just like breathing hella heavy. Where the fuck does he whip out a fucking knife? Okay, he whips out a knife, and he goes, "Open your mouth." And she opens her mouth.
No,
and he slits like the freaking hole where her mouth is, so that this bitch can breathe. What?
I'm telling you, like, that was wild to me. Like, honestly, I felt like it could have been like a different actor. Like, even Timothy Chalamet would have been perfect for the role. But him and Lily used to date, so I've been kind of weird a little bit. But that would have been. He's a thespian. I need someone I can believe that I can like be creeped out, but also be like intrigued by, like, oh my god, like this person's gonna take care of me, but not too creepy first. Like, I think Kid Cudi would have been perfect for it because he would have been He has a charisma. Like, oh,
yeah,
like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know, The Weeknd, either he should play an extrovert version of himself or play a different character. But this whole looking like Build-A-Bear Dracula thing going on is not giving to me, a little vampire with its rat tail.
He just gives too creepy.
He's creepy. Like, if the girl says
balance this enough. I'm like, you just give too creepy. You give too creepy.
It's too creepy.
And it's
but
too
we
creepy
will be back there.
Well, yeah, but it's like it's too creepy to the point where you're just like,
do I watch
this? Because it's cringy in some parts.
Oh, it's very cringy. Girl, more than some parts, like a lot of parts. Like, I told you, I was there for the music, the cinematography. I was there for the cinematography and the music. Okay, the storyline was not there. Her little song, the song that she was singing, I was like, oh, this is about to drop an album. I want to hear the song. Like, there's some, like, I like that, but
maybe, it's one of those things where it's like, the first time you ever sleep with somebody, it's like the first time you ever sleep with somebody. It's a little awkward. Sometimes it's kind of creepy.
It could get better.
You're not quite sure. But it's like the second time around, you're like, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's our recap.
That's our afterthoughts on those two things. To wrap up our last portion of the show, we are talking about the what would you do in this situation?
Okay. One question. Ask me. I'm ready.
One question. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit of this story. And this is kind of going with the theme of today, right? What you would do. So this is very Ariana inspired. Okay. It says, this is the question. Am I an asshole if I do not want to be the maid of honor at my best friend's wedding because she's pregnant and marrying my ex? So, synopsis, best friends love each other. They move away from each other, jobs and all, right? Ex is an on again, off again of one of the ladies, right? And nothing can serious happen. They love each other, all that kind of stuff. They vibe well, but just like in timing just never really worked. Just on again, off again, whatever, right? So he lives closer to where best friend lives.
The best friend lives.
Okay. And best friend talks to other best friend and is just like, I'm really lonely. Like, I don't know anybody here, blah, blah, blah.
And they connected them together.
Best friend and best friend say, you know what? Connect with best friend's ex, best friend one's ex or whatever. And you know what? He can at least show you around, like help you out. I know you're lonely. I know you're sad, right?
Yes.
So best friend and ex get together. They link up. They have a good time. They end up hooking up. And so best friend comes to other best friend's house and goes, I need to tell you something.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So best friend connected her best friend, her ex. They end up hooking up. They fall in love. They get pregnant, and have a baby.
Love. There's no love, really.
They're just getting
because it's too soon for love.
So they just got pregnant and they have to get married because they got pregnant, kind of thing.
Fast enough.
And no one took a plan B. Okay, so basically, I'm sorry. First of all, I'm sorry. My best friend should not be sleeping with my ex. Period. That's on site.
So what would you do? Is my question.
Would I go to the wedding?
Is she an asshole for not wanting to be a maid of honor? Because they go back. They go back to childhood.
If my best friend ended up hooking up with my ex, whatever, I would be like, girl, good for you. Look, good luck. It's an ex for a reason. I'm gonna be there for you because at the end of the day.
But the ex and her are still friendly. Like, there's no reason why they hate each other at all. They still talk on the phone. It's just like timing and life and all this kind of stuff just never worked out.
Honestly, I would be there for my best friend. I would
even
of
if
course
she's pregnant, married,
because at the end of the day, like, I would be hurt for sure. I would, but at the end of the day, like, if that's my best friend, I know this is not. If it's like if there was a rule, she said don't hook up with him, and she betrayed that, then it's over, it's out. But if there was no conversation beforehand, I'd be like, you know what, you're just a nasty hoe. I'm gonna be at your wedding because you know what, I'm a friend, but I don't know, I've never. And she's pregnant. Like, if it depends on how deep our friendship is. Like, that friendship's like, I
mean, they've been best friends their entire life. They've known each other their entire life. I feel like
I would.
But I mean, she clearly knows how you felt about him in all the trials and tribulations, and they still slept together. And then
she's not an asshole for not wanting to go. I'm about with you. She's not an asshole, but like, I'm a people pleaser. Not probably I will just show up. But honestly, to be honest with you, she is not an asshole because she knows that you like this man. And there was like, it depends on the conversation. Like, where they're like, it's a lot of conversations being had. But honestly, yeah, I wouldn't. You're not an asshole.
I mean, I will say that the story is that the best friend and ex did feel bad for what happened and tried to reach her, but she was super, super busy because she was out doing a whole bunch of work stuff or whatever. So she was not able to really connect with these people.
I feel bad when I dropped something at Target yesterday. I felt bad about that. And I picked it up and kept it moving. I felt bad about that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I would be upset. Like, I would be hurt. But it really depends. It depends. I have to really think about the pros and cons. Like, this is my best friend, and I'm going to be part of her daughter's or son's life, her kid's life. Like, I got to think about stuff like that.
She did say in her story, though, that if she really thought about it, those two actually worked out a lot better in a relationship than she did with ex.
Then
because of the fact of just who they are personality wise.
And that's why you're honestly. I would be highly upset, but if I know deep down it was better for her than me, then it is what it is. Like, I have to think about like my friendship. Like, if she's gonna have a kid, I would be part of that kid's life.
Then
so, and honestly, if they don't work out, that's on her, not me. That's not my fault. That's your man, not my man.
I told you got a baby with him, and you stuck with him.
You stuck with him. I'm not stuck with him. So, Tulu, I'm gonna be at the wedding, live my best life. And find someone else new. I'll be a godmother to that child. But if your husband acts up, it's the reason why we didn't end up. So yeah, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up like the ultimate told you so. The ultimate, I told you that motherfucker wasn't shit. That's me. Yes, I will be at that wedding. I'll be an asshole not wanting to go.
Coming out that long game.
Yes. Because I thought about, of course I'm like, oh, I don't want to go. I'm gonna show up. Because it might be a good wedding for them. She might actually made her best friend so happy with this new guy, and they're together forever, and it's a good win. But it could be bad either way. I look good for going. So either way, I win. Either way, I win. So fuck it. Yeah, I'm going. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be at the wedding. Either way, I'm gonna win. Because either way, I had helped my best friend find the love of her life, and they're extremely happy for so many years and decades and everything. Or it's a learning lesson for her. Don't take sloppy seconds. Either way, I'm winning.
Don't take my trash.
So yeah, I'm going.
Oh my gosh.
That's
okay.
it.
That is where we're ending The Hangover. It was like a nice little sum up of everything that I think our friendship has, Chauncey, as far as things that we talk about offline that we decided to bring forth online. So
yes. Thank you guys for listening to us ramble for X amount of minutes. Like, trust me, in a couple of weeks, we'll probably have better timing with our rambling, but we're just happy to have you listen to us.
We're getting there. All right. Until next time, we'll catch you later. All right. Bye.